Welcome back, my friends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm not going to waste your time and tell you exactly what happened on the stock market today. So, Donald Trump came out with a 90-day tariff relief. Excuse me. And now, this is most places. I don't believe this includes China, but the rest of the world pretty much is going to be safe from Donald Trump's reign of terror. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is this was a surprise to absolutely no one who actually paid attention to the market. The reason why I'm saying this is a few videos back, I wrote, "Don't let tariffs stop your investing." And in that video, I told you guys that one of the most important concepts in investing is habit building. This means that you consistently keep investing regardless of what the markets do. And in that video, I also mentioned that a lot of people were giving some bad advice, like, hey, I'm going to wait till the week afterwards. I'm going to wait till the week after that because this is not the bottom. And I was making fun of these people because you never know when the bottom is. You never know when the high is. The best thing to do for investing is just leave it passively, is to not try to day trade. Apologies, guys, still recovering from the sickness. It's not try to be smart, not try to outsmart the market. It's about being true to yourself and being understanding that you do not know it all. Neither do I. I did not know that this 90-day relief plan was going to hit. My Tesla earnings were going to jump up 20%. My master holdings were going to jump up 25%. And the stock market was going to bounce back almost 10%. This came out of nowhere. But I did say in that video that you never know when the bottom of the market is. And you also don't know when something random is going to happen like this that's going to shake up the market. The important thing to remember in building a good habit for investing is don't try to outsmart them. Buy quality stocks, buy quality indexes at a great price that's good to you. Don't overinvest, don't underinvest. Yeah, keep some money on the side, and if there comes into an opportunity where everything falls by 10-20%, you buy in, regardless if you think the market's oversaturated or not. The long-term performance of the S&P 500 has actual proven results, and a lot of people use this to their advantage. So don't try to time the market. And I'm going to tell you this right now. We might go back to being negative 10% tomorrow. You never know if it's going to happen tomorrow, a week after that, or a year after that. But you also don't know if you're going to hit all-time highs a month after that. And one of the other concepts in that video I told you is when markets fall down the most, usually the best days in the entire stock market since inception have been after the biggest crashes. So don't try to outsmart the market. Just if you see a good opportunity to buy into the S&P 500, buy it. I saw a lot of people talking about in the PBD podcast. There was a very smart gentleman. He was saying how the index is, it used to be 4 times your hourly earnings, which means if you worked for 4 hours, you'd be able to afford one. I believe it was 4 hours. You'd be able to buy one portion of the S&P 500, and now it's like 16. Or 32. It's something crazy. But this person has not invested for 15 years because he's been waiting for the market to crash. Hello, the market crash happened so many times. But because this guy refused to buy in because he always kept looking for a cheaper option, he just didn't get anywhere. And now he's looking back 15 years later and the S&P 500 is 6x, 7x. So don't try to be smart. Just try to be real with yourself. Try to understand that nobody knows what the hell's going on. And one thing people need to understand, it is not administration. Regardless if Donald Trump has a third term, has a second term, gets fired in this term, and whether Justin Trudeau is in office, whether it's Pierre, whether it's Mark Carney, nobody cares. Your investing strategy should not change no matter who is in office, because a 4-year term or an 8-year term is not enough to distinguish a decades, 3 decades, 4 decades of returns that you should be looking upon. Your investing strategy should not change month to month. It should be a yearly process. You look in, you see, hey, is my index still true to what I'm trying to do? Are my goals still the same? What am I looking to do? And you should have a very high horizon that you want to invest for. So just a very quick video. I want my brothers and sisters to understand that you guys are fine, that as long as you guys are doing what's true to yourself and you guys are keeping up with the same habits that you've kept up with for 4 years, for 8 years, for everything, you will be just fine, no matter who's in administration. I'll tell you how much of my portfolio is based on presidents. None of it. Not a single one. I put my portfolio's backing on quality companies. Quality companies, their quality and CEO. Like, for example, Starbucks CEO recently changed into a guy who did fantastic for other companies who are in the food and beverage industry. And because that guy had almost, I think, it's 6 or 7x the previous company he was in, he is a very good he is very good for the role. And because of that, I start to look at Starbucks stock. I have still not haven't bought any, but and I'm not trying to give advice. I'm just saying this is how you look at quality stocks. And if index is what you're into, that's the best. You really don't need to do anything. You can just consistently invest into the index. And like, for example, SCHD. The reason why people love SCHD and other, like, there's the Fidelity one as well, FDVV if I'm not mistaken, but I could be mistaken, of the ticker symbol. But the reason why people like these is because they trust the management team. The management team has clearly had proven results over a long period of time that they know how to look for quality companies and they know how to get good deals. So as long as you consistently think that they're still doing a good job, you should stay invested. Doesn't matter whether Hillary Clinton's in office or Donald Trump. Doesn't matter who's in office. Be real with what the hell you're looking at, and you will make extraordinary amounts of money. All right, just I know it's not sometimes that easy because emotion does get very important in this stuff. But one of the funniest things I need to mention right now is today marked a historic day. We've had the quickest recovery in the stock market relief. 2008 had one of the quickest stock market recoveries, or like single day recoveries for the S&P 500 is what I mean. And today we beat it. Today had the quickest stock market turnaround. But for people who are still emotional and who sold in the last few days, I feel horrible for you, knowing that you wiped out 10% minimum on majority of these really, really good stocks. So I hope you guys learned from this lesson, and a lot of you guys didn't even need to learn this lesson because you guys knew ahead of time to be smart. And I hope that I can speak to you guys soon. Please subscribe. I'm really trying to grow my following here on YouTube, and I really appreciate every single one of you who tune in to listen. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.